I was so surprised to hear you say that far less people as you've toured around are crop planting than you would ever think.
Yeah.
Like the percentage, I'm not going to say. What do you remember off the top?
When we started, it was 1 out of 10 farms would crop plant. The other farms, it was all in the farmer's head.
Yeah, like that's, I don't know. Yeah.
How can you do it?
So the goal here is to get more people crop planting because I remember when we started out, like the first one took me like 80 hours. Like, and I'm not even joking because there was nothing out there yet. Your course, your online course wasn't out yet. Your book was out, so it was a good guide for some of the information. But you would hit snags everywhere along the way. So we're trying to predict our different sales avenues. So that was something I came across was map out your 20 weeks, map out all your vegetables, and then predict how many of each, like how many units of each you're going to need, and add it all up. You've got like a good look at your overall 20 week, what you need. And you work backwards from that to your planting dates. Then you got to build your nursery schedule from there. Then you got to map it to see if it all fits. Plus, along the way, I think I was referencing like Curtis Stone's book had the part where you could figure out how many grams, like Market Gardener didn't have that, but Curtis Stone's had how many grams per 50-foot bed. So we were trying to do our seed order based off of that, try to drop the right amount of seed. There's just so many variables. So that's where I'm super excited that like Heirloom was amazing last year. I'm very much, even up till last year, still I'm in the Market Gardener Masterclass. I couldn't do the program. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, the Excel that was there.
Yeah, and it's probably amazing, but I have to just kind of print off the map, print off our plantings, pencil and paper it, erase, make it fit, and then I put it all back into the computer. That's just...
Yeah, because you need to live it.
See it. Yeah, like it hurts my head. Maybe if I had 2 computers, like I could, but I'm not like that either. Like I don't know. I wasn't about to try to set that up. But Heirloom, me being the tactile type, is amazing because you kind of make your crop plan super user friendly. Like this is going to sound like a plug. It is a bit of a plug because I am teaching a course on it. Like, but I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Because the switch for me was hard to make. And I made my crop plan. I had already written it in another program and I didn't like it. Like another way last year, I was trying to upgrade. I knew I wanted to get more accountability.
You're trying to connect the dots so that it's systemized more.
That's exactly it. Like I can make it work for myself sometimes. Like I can fudge it a bit. I needed more. So the system, you can't fudge Heirloom. Like you can't make it work for yourself. You put in your plantings.
Yeah.
Then the game plan pops up. Then you have to take them from the game plan, put them in the map. And you can move them around there, and it's extremely user-friendly, and you can kind of literally, I guess it would be Tetris it around, make it work. So
you know that at one point, I think I told you this, AI is going to come in to suggest some of those plantings, how to organize them.
Totally.
That's like not too far down the road in our roadmap.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, this is cool.
And it can probably kind of coax you into remembering crop planting.
Would you just so the listeners, because we're geeking out here, we obviously, you and I know this a lot.
Yes.
How does crop planning, without going into details of the course, because you're giving the course, but you're talking about the map. Yeah. What is the map? What is the game plan? Answer these 2 questions. What is the game plan? What is the map?
So the sort of bread and butter is you're working... like I said, we're kind of creating what we want when. Mm-hmm. Then you have to work backwards from that to determine when you're planting. So that includes nursery and direct seeding. Then you're going to plant from the nursery out to the field. So you have to be planting the correct volumes in the nursery. And then, so I guess that is the game plan, your nursery planting schedule and your direct seeding planting schedule. But you have to also make sure that there's space for all your successions. The succession planning is where it gets difficult as well, because what makes this whole system of small scale farming work is that we're getting sometimes 3 plantings out of a single bed, but you have to be managing it well. And if you don't have it planned well, then you're going to run into problems throughout the season. You don't have space for this planting, and all of a sudden your nursery's backed up and the wheels can fall off pretty quick. So does that do it?
Does that make sense?
Does that tie it all together? So like to tie it back to the course, if I may, what I'm really excited about to be offering the course is that early in my time I just described, I think a lot of people do feel alone in attempting to take on the crop plan, because sometimes you just need a quick second opinion on this or that. And it's a lot of little steps to create this bigger picture. And often I think people are just straight up getting discouraged. Like sometimes you just find an excuse not to, or kind of make it work and it's not to its full capability.
You don't have an answer to your quick questions and it discourages you.
And you may stop, or you may just skip it, or you may just make it work. But what we're going to be doing is 4 weeks of material, course material, providing homework, and then a Q&A period. So on the Tuesdays, it's an 1.5 hour lesson. And then on the Fridays, so you get to go home, work on your coursework. And then on the Fridays, we're going to be actually answering your questions live. So all of this is live.
Okay, so they're with you in the class.
Yes, online.
Nice.
We're going to keep the cohorts small so that it's still interactive. So people should really be trying to get signed up, because I think it will fill. Like, I'm really excited for this. It's exactly what
you would have.
Oh my God. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm the teacher. Like, people that are struggling with crop planning or even want to elevate their crop planning, I think this is going to be awesome. Like, I think we're going to do something great.
If I can jump in, like, a lot of farmers are really adverse to Excel, let's say, just to start off with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them maybe, I mean, I have never had to do a crop plan, but I, like me personally, but I don't know anything about Excel.
It's not fun.
Can't
It's like,
I know people that are wizards on Excel.
yeah.
But anyway, it would, like the idea that, what I wanted to say is, if by signing up to this, you literally are committing yourself to make your crop plan.
That's it.
And that's pretty cool, because that's just by you're knowing that, like, at the end, you're going to have done it yourself.
And as long as you do your coursework, you will have a good crop plan by the end, 100%.
Yeah, and it makes
that's
a
special.
big difference. Like, you're talking about doing this together. Like, one of the, I don't think I've never talked about this, but one of the big thing at FQT Farm, one of our reason for success was that we would do the crop plan with the team.
Yeah.
And it's not that you need to do it with the team, but when, especially the first year where we're kind of figuring out how to do this well, getting feedback from everyone was huge.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you look at a problem with your lens, but somebody else comes in with a different perspective, and then that just broadens the question. And so, we really did it together in many years.
Yeah.
And we've had some high quality growers
Yeah.
along the way. They really helped. So just like me hearing that, people in the class will do them with an instructor, with the others, I think it's going to provide a lot of value.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be able to have an online community as well associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll hop on there and answer some questions, but I hope that also it's interactive where people are sort of working with each other too, like a nice community. I think it's going to be really high level.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. I think
Thank you.
Cool. I think crop planning is definitely, I would say, the number one thing that people can really improve on.
Yeah, so for people wondering, it's called the Crop Plan Accelerator, 4-week course. The deadline to sign up is November 14th, but it may sell out before then. Like, I'm expecting it to. And if you are a member on Heirloom, you should check your email, because people who have the annual fee already covered are getting a discount on the course, because if you don't have Heirloom, your first year is included in the course fee. So it's $1,250 US to get the course. And trust me, it is so worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's funny because, over the years, like I've had a lot of projects where there's money involved, and you get some pushback. You might get some pushback with the pricing there because people say, "Hey, why is it so expensive?"
Yeah.
But when you're seriously running a business, like this is peanut.
100%.
This is peanuts compared to the value that's brought there. And this is a skill set that once you have it, you can bring it from year to year. Because I've seen it. Like all the growers that I've trained at FQT Farm, they know how to do this pretty well.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
It's hard.
Yeah, and how much do you earn on a bed of lettuce? A single flip?
At least $1,000, but it's like on a single flip.
When you think about that,
it's ridiculous.
I always think about that when I think about things like that.
If I could just only grow lettuce, that would be great.